And we are back. Overdrive League, Plat Division, getting into this matchup between Brainstorm Gaming and Illumination Empire. These teams have been slugging it out. And we're going to head straight into the draft of this game. And what are your expectations coming into this, sort of?
Well, your being muted is going to be targeted. That Jax of his playing with it, playing against it, it's disgusting. He will run you down like a degenerate. He does not give you mercy with that champion. And especially the fact that it can be flex jungle, that's going to be banned instantly. I can tell you that right.
And I'm expecting the Talon ban. Sale has picked up the Talon before against Brainstorm, and it was absolutely disgusting. What we're seeing right here is there are some bans that will be missing from both sides. Brainstorm Gaming will be losing 2 bans. Illumination Empire will be losing 1 ban because of this. This is because of emergency subs not being presented, most likely during the roster lock. You can ask Kaiser for more verification on that, but we're still going along with these picks and bans, and that actually gives Sale a chance to get that talent we were talking about.
Yeah, no. That's a scary thought. Like, I guess if you're Brainstorm, do you just pick up talent? Like, is that the move?
I mean, either that or they have the awareness to say, hey, we've dealt with it before. We got a good idea of what we need to do to deal with it again.
Very true. Ooh. So these bands are interesting, to say the least. Like, I like the Trundle ban, because Trundle is just a pain of a jungler in general. Like, he does so much damage. He resists everything you do to him. The moment he hits 6, if you don't have Ignite, he just gobbles you up. Like, he's such a pain.
So yeah, there's the first pick right there, and it's a nasty one to say the least. Aatrox has been terrorizing the top lane as of recently. And he's basically come the modern age Renekton. You know, Renekton was notorious for being a lane bully. That's what Aatrox is notorious for now. He doesn't exactly provide much in a team fight environment, but if you just want to straight up win the 1v1 and eventually push the tower and take it, he's the champion you go to.
I suck at top lane. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm just a bad top laner. And when I see Aatrox, I shake a little bit. Because I'm like, I'm gonna lose this so hard, and I'm not gonna have a fun time. He completely just runs you down and does so much damage, especially with that third Q. If he hits you in the center of it, you're gone. Done. Your lane's over. It's kind of like Tryndamere. If he gets that lucky crit onto you, like, you are hurting for the rest of the lane.
And meanwhile, Quinn is locked in on the other side, and this is the most flex pick you can take currently in the meta. That Quinn can be taken top, it can be taken mid, it can be taken bot. I'm not a fan of it in the bot lane, but in mid and top, where you can freely roam around and actually utilize the power of that ultimate, it is beautiful. And there's a reason why it's so heavily banned in solo queue at the moment. She's just an excellent duelist that brings macro play of her own kind.
Yeah, no, she's just chilling at a 55.6% win rate. It's just like, what are you going to do to me? Butcher me next patch? Oh, wait. That's exactly what they're doing. But for the time being, she's just a monster. But I like the Anivia pick as well. It's kind of the same idea as last game. Push the lane, keep the lane, sustain. But, you know, I like it. I like the pick.
There it is.
Yeah,
there it is. Sale got his talent.
Yep. Why? Why does this man have talent right now?
It's got to be confidence coming out of Brainstorm. They have to have some idea of how to go against it. It destroyed them before when Sale was able to get it. We're going to see if that's still going to be the case. They are losing out on bans right now. I'm still kind of concerned if that Anivia was due to an accident or if it's actually being swapped out for something else, because I did see the timer run out and the Anivia just pop up. I'm not sure if that was random or not, but we will see.
That could be an... I don't know where she could be going. I'm not going to act like I know. But We got the cancer, boys. We got her. Poggers in the chat. Zoe got through ban phase. Oh, Jesus Christ. It hurts. Because, you know, Talon is a champion that I hate seeing. Because even if he's behind, you get one item and you one-shot an AD carry. He does not care. And, you know, he can go from mid lane to bot lane in 3 seconds flat. So, Zoe might be able to deal with him. I don't. What are your thoughts on it? Because I have no idea. I hate both of those champions.
Oh, Lord. So Talon, you know, he doesn't really care too much about his 1v1 matchup, unless he really has to, unless he feels there's gold to be acquired in slaying the Zoe. So, otherwise, Talon has decent push for a champion of his style, which means, you know, just parkour around the map and go for kills elsewhere. You don't even got to deal with the Zoe, and Zoe isn't even that big of a problem. It all depends on how good the Zoe player is. If they're willing to take those high angle type moves to get the Sleepy Trouble bubble off, it can be an absolute nightmare to have to play against. But if you can stop her early, and this Zoe's not creative with the way you take your approach, then it's a pretty easy fight.
But, like, look at the team of Illumination. None of them want to hit a paddle star from 2,000 range. And what tank do they have? You know, Anivia can eat it. Okay, she goes into egg, but that's the end of the fight. Talon, he gets one shot by it. Quinn, she gets one shot by it. And then the Wukong now, he gets one shotted by it. This Zoe is going to be a monster.
You're jumping the gun here, dude. You're kind of trying to sell the hype a little bit too much now. You never know how it's gonna go.
Man, I don't like Zoe. I don't like her.
Like the way you describe it, she'd be the most overpowered champion in the league to ever exist.
She still is.
In all of eternity.
She still is. I don't know.
Look at Zoe. She's got a 49% win rate at the moment. She's not that busted.
Not yet. We'll see. I'm liking BS's team comp though. Nautilus, Sedge, and Jhin coming out. The bot lane is going to hurt.
That is an Anivia support. Wow.
Yo, that's a poggers.
Huh.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I did not expect to see that today. The only time I've ever seen a Anivia support work, and you guys can't see it, but I'm putting quotes around work, is with a Vayne ADC. You know, you condemn him into the wall, and you know, that's that. But that's interesting to say the least. What are your thoughts on that Quinn?
On the Quinn, I've never been a fan of Quinn in the bot lane, though it still is strong. You kind of underutilize your ultimate a little bit because bot laners, they don't tend to roam as much as a mid laner would or as a top laner would, but if he is able to start roaming and actually try and disrupt Zoe, it could be very, very successful. I think another thing that matters is the keystone that Bronze Gatekeeper goes for. Electrocute is great if you want to go straight for the fight, but if you're one of those who like to go for the burst positioning type plays, which might be best in this occasion, you could go for the phase rush, in which you auto, vault, auto again, and that gives you enough to proc either electrocute or phase rush. They both work beautifully on her. A lot of this really comes down to is how well will this duo perform against a Jhin Nautilus bot lane, and that's not a question I could really answer straight out. I don't see enough Quinns in the bot lane. I don't see enough Anivias in the bot lane.
I've seen Quinn bot lane, and it's all right, but into a Jhin Nautilus, I'm not really liking that because she vaults, but it's like, okay, as the Nautilus, I know exactly where you're gonna land, and I'm just gonna hook you. Like, unless Anivia walls the most perfect wall you've ever seen in your life and stops the Nautilus from going towards the Quinn, you kind of just put yourself into a disadvantageous position. And then on top of that, you know, how many tanks do you have on the side of BS, right?
But you also got to realize that Volt is a very, very fast move. It's not one that's easy to just like be like, all right, here it comes, time it, throw out my hook, I got the bird type thing, you know? And on top of that, you're taking out the variable of minions along with that. You
That is
still
true.
have to get a clean shot. The one thing I do like about this comp, if they go through with it, I would love to see a wall max Anivia and just straight up try and gank the living hell out of the Not engine. That could be a fun time.
Oh jeez, yeah, the wall into the Talon Wukong. They both come in ults. Oh jeez. Oh, that's not gonna be a fun time.
Despite hyping up Illumination's comp, though, I like Brainstorm draft. I like their draft a lot more.
It's standard.
Yeah, it's very straightforward. They got 2 meat shields, and they have a lot of poke to work with, as well as a lot of outright fighting. It'll keep the Zoe pretty safe. It'll keep the Jhin pretty safe. Even though the damage won't be consistent DPS, it'll be like in little bursts here and there. It's a very strong comp to have to play against. And Illumination Empire, their win condition is just win it as early as possible or get destroyed as you cannot pierce through those tanks.
I'm right now, as I look at both teams, right? In my mind, I'm thinking of that top lane. Fiora versus Aatrox. It's a skillful matchup in a sense. You know, I think if you're the jungler for both teams, you have to be looking top lane. That, especially for Illumination Empire, who plays through their top laner, they need to get that Fiora ahead. I think that's how they just win.
Yeah, Fiora can do a lot of work. She is the grand duelist for a reason. And
That is true.
going against an Aatrox, this is definitely a Fiora-sided matchup. It all depends on the timing that you can do with your parry. And after that, it's the uses of her dash alongside getting those marks to hit them from angle to angle. It works out beautifully in being able to outmaneuver and outdodge an Aatrox, even though he is the current bully of the top lane.
I think if she's able to parry the third Q correctly, that's just going to be the end of the matchup. And she's just going to run down this Aatrox and just make him regret ever picking the champion.
You don't even got to parry it, though. You just have to lunge it. You have 2 tools to work around the Aatrox.
That is true.
You can either hit the riposte or you can hit the lunge. That's what makes this so Fiora-sided. Though there is still some skill involved. It can be a case of Aatrox winning this out, but it's not going to be an easy game to play.
Oh, not at all. But thinking about it, like I just noticed they have the bird bot lane. I have to root for this bird bot lane. I'm an Eagles fan. Let's go birds. Let's go birds. I want them to win. But in my mind, thinking about it, the Jhin should be able to farm. He did take Hail of Blades. And as long as he does have Taste of Blood, he will be all right in this lane. Even though, you know, the Anivia is going to throw out Qs and just be a nuisance. If they can survive lane and get out of it, even if they're a little bit down in CS and can hold the tower, they're going to win out the game.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I feel like that's just the comp of Brainstorm right now. Hold out till late game and win.
I mean, as we were talking about earlier, when it comes to Jhin, he is that triple spiker ADC where he just gets stronger and stronger and stronger with every item.
So you get 3 items and
There's
just
a
run
lot of
people
tension.
down.
You saw last
A lot
one,
of
bro.
tension on the bot side.
I last person.
I don't know. The top lane matchup, as I'm looking at it, just it's back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. One using ability, the other using ability. One using ability, the other using ability. It's an interesting matchup, but the Fiora takes grasp into it. I'm curious as to. Ooh,
Yeah,
wait.
Honestly, against a bully like Aatrox, that's the best thing you could go for.
Well, for being a bully, he's getting pretty bullied out right now. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, that's why they went for Fiora. It's a pretty strong pick, but
Oh,
a little
jeez.
bit of a fight breaking out. Wukong did go through to try and get that steal, but now You're Being Muted is under attack. Look at me, looking to make this one work. The lunge gonna come out. The stun is there, just waiting to happen. They're locking up. You Are Being Muted, and you are being killed, my friend. Flash forward, gets the first blood, going over to the Aatrox.
The Quinn volts in, though. Knight down.
Yeah, this is a very scary moment here. All supports nowadays going Ignite. And it makes it that hard to deal with, but the fourth shot gonna land onto Poison Rose, who still has that egg form, mind you.
Jeez. My question is, why did You Are Being Muted walk down? He was out. He just had to flash, and he was out. Oh, hello.
Ooh, very ambitious play to come out from Sale, trying to pick up those early kills. Craze is in a position to possibly catch up with the Sleepy Trouble bubble.
I'm questioning why Sale flashed there, maybe to get the Scuttle Crab, but that did not work out at all.
Go for the eyes.
I'm questioning the flash. I don't know where that came from. Any ideas?
He just wanted to go for it.
Just
Probably thought the flash was down from the gank, and yeah, can't say much else after that.
very true. Oh, Sleepy Trouble bubble. And it begins. I don't know. If I'm Illumination, what are you thinking? How you're already down a kill? You know, lanes are getting pushed in. What's going through your mind? As
Right
Aatrox just what?
Well, right now it's not the end of the world. They still got a lot they can work with. They just need to be careful about how they respond in a reset. I think one of the things that is kind of working against them is Mipe going for the Wukong. I very much don't like that pick, even though the Cyclone brings a lot of damage when it comes to a team fight. It doesn't bring much when you actually want to go for the ganks and start taking pressure to lanes.
Well, if you're Mai, that was an interesting ability thrown. If you're Mai, who do you pick for jungle instead of the Wukong, in your opinion?
Oh man, anyone. Graves, Zinjao, Talia, Evelyn, there's a lot that could work with them. Honestly, going a little bit with the tanky side would be mostly better. A lot of damage, just being bullied or being muted.
In my eyes, one of the best picks, and super underrated still, I don't know why, is still the Warwick. Warwick into this comp gives you CC, gives you, sustain in the jungle.
Ooh,
oh, the Dredge line hits.
Onto Bronze Gatekeeper, uses the vault to reposition and get safe.
That was well played. The Dredge line, max Dredge line, but the flash avoids the deadly flourish, and then, the Volt out. Well played on Bronze Gatekeeper. Level 6 on both of them top. I think this is where the bloodbath starts.
Possibly. There's a lot of healing you can get from using the Grand Challenge once you're able to connect all 4 of the passive procs.
It's very true. Now, I'm wondering if the Wukong is going to, now path top and try to, invoke a challenge with the Fiora.
Only time will tell on that one. So far, it's been a pretty rough situation. Sale moving forward, looking to get a lot of damage on the Craze. Almost able to get the kill. Ignite still ticking, but it's not going to tick enough. A gank in the top side. You're being muted. A little bit bullied from that Aatrox. We called him the lane bully for a reason.
Yeah, that was well played on the Zoe's side. Instantly flash barrier. I don't think she needed to walk up to try to get that damage. Ooh, the Dredge line. Hello.
Yeah, Dredge line once again. He's doing some work with it. And I can kind of see the Nivea working into this, but it feels very gimmicky. What I did notice is you can put up the wall to deny the Dredge line.
Yeah, like But it has to be like, you know, a really good wall. If he hooks onto the Nivea, she can't wall. So I guess she can
There you go again.
there's another dredge line.
Looks for days. Out goes the Ignite, but they're not going to find the kill. Great stun coming out of Poison Rose to deny any more aggression.
I like that play a lot better on the Anivia. Instead of trying to wall the dredge line, you wall the Jhin from walking forward. If she hadn't walled, Gatekeeper was dead. 110%. He was just gone. But the wall comes out from the Anivia and ends up saving the Quinn's life.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I hope she goes W max. Oh, Sedge coming in. Hello.
There we go. Glacial Prison gonna go
Good
out.
flash.
Lots of damage on the sail, but gets the flash out. Sleepy Trouble Bubble is gonna land.
Oh!
He is able to predict it out, but doesn't get the Battlestar over the wall. Comes crazy. He's trying to finish the job. Battlestar is gonna do it.
Oh, jeez. He ended up picking up the Okay, hello, top lane.
Yeah, still going out. Grand Challenge is going to be popped. He needs to get the procs, but he can't find him as Ashio's able to take him down. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Curtain Call is out. Out goes the dredge line. They are able to get that Anivia into the egg form, but can they scramble the egg? Out goes the ultimate. A lot of damage on the Bronze Gatekeeper, but not enough to take him down. And Brainstorm Gaming are in the driver's seat. Over the wall comes Mabe. Maybe looking to fight it out, getting bullied out by Look At Me, though.
Oh, jeez. The gameplay of Zoe continues. Picks up the flash from the Talon, flashes over the wall. She just, by a few pixels, misses the Paddle Star initially. And that's just well played on the side of Brainstorm. They knew the Talon was going to be there, and they just completely shut him down. Right now, they're just up 1,500 gold, just casually.
Yeah, this is not a fun situation if you're Illumination Empire at the moment. Though they're still not at a critical point where they're so far behind that they can't come back. They've done a good job of not giving up any objectives just yet. And yeah so
it's not like last game. Game isn't over
it's
yet.
not like BMOS.
Yeah. The game isn't over yet. That's my fault. I'm making it sound like, oh, the game's over. Oh, FF at 15. You know, it's not over yet. Glacial Prison comes out.
Out goes the Glacial
Trouble.
Prison. Sail in a lot of trouble. Gets the Sleepy Trouble
there's
bubble
the
once again, but it's so hard for him to run away from this one. Over the wall. Gets over another. Gets autoed, and the last tick of the Ignite able to take him down.
So when I said I don't like Zoe, there's a lot of reasons why. You notice there, the last empowered auto ends up giving the Ignite just enough to kill the Talon. Zoe is just, whew, she's getting in a good spot. There's, oh, hello.
Yeah, there goes the ultimate depth charge. Going to land on the Bronze Gatekeeper, but it's only to stop him from going after that pink ward.
You know, and right now, Brainstorm is in the perfect scenario. Aatrox with 2 kills, Zoe with 2 kills, bot lane winning with farm. They're having their dream scenario come out right now. Oh, jeez.
I think really the dream scenario would be, at this point, take all the outer towers. And they're having a hard time getting to those towers. They find the kills, but they can't get the push. If we look at mid lane, they managed to kill Sail twice, but they only got a small dent onto that tower.
That is true. But, you know, I think right now they're still winning in lane phase. So being in lane at this point is not the worst thing for them. You know, if they want to get those outer tower, oh, hello.
Once again, the pain coming in, but under the tower, locked up is Astio, and here comes Mabe. Out goes the Cyclone. Grand Challenge being used, forces the flash out, able to dodge away from those proc. And there's the passive proc.
Wait,
There's
this Aatrox
nowhere
can
else
still
for
win this.
Ashio to go. But here comes Look at Me, looking to save his partner, but it's not going to be enough. The shutdown coming out from You Are Being Muted. Meanwhile, the bot lane Sail tries to make the play, but he can't find it as he goes down to Graze.
Oh.
And now a terrible situation for You Are Being Muted as he drops Curtain Call opening up in the bot lane. There's disaster going on in the top, disaster going on in the bot. But a kill finally picked up on the side of Illumination, but they lose 2 in the process.
Oh, hello. So many things just happened. Where, I guess we'll begin after this. Oh, geez, goodbye.
Continuing, down goes the Anivia as well as the other bird, bro. Both of the bot laners down, and this is just destruction coming out from Brainstorm Gaming. They look like they don't really have a jungler at this point because we've seen no real effective ganks come out from Mape.
Speaking of which, he's trying to come, but like, you're just a step behind. You know, top lane, they try to do the play on the Aatrox, but the Aatrox lives for so long it allows Look at Me to get up there and trade a kill 1-for-1 when that should have just been, you know, 1 for nothing. And then bot lane, the Talon was there first, but the Zoe just does more damage at this point, and the Talon wasn't able to assassinate the Jhin. It's just so many things going wrong for Illumination, and I like that they're trying to force plays because they do have that early mid-game comp, but it's just not working out.
So now Illumination Empire in the terrible situation, they need to start trying to come back from this before it is too late. As we said, they've still been very defensive about their towers. They haven't lost an objective, they just lost a lot of lives. That being said, though, it's only about 2K separating these teams, 3K actually, so they're not in no man's land yet, but they need to snap out of this.
I feel like once towers start falling, that's going to be the beginning of the end. Until then, they still have a chance to get back into this game. Like, look at that damage onto the Nautilus. It's just, they have the damage. It's just they need to execute it correctly at this point.
I think what you need to look at is Look at Me. That dude's been all over the map. He's constantly set his sights onto Sail and shutting him down. But out goes the depth charge. Will it be enough to kill Bronze Gatekeeper? It is. Meanwhile, the top lane, You're Being Muted, gets hunted down by Ashio. And you Look at Me is here trying to take down Mape. Back goes the Glacial Prison. Mape will be able to get away by the skin of his teeth, but still the chase is on him. That bot lane tower, first tower of the game, looking to go down, and that gold is going into the pocket of Woodworking in your head.
I think now begins the down spiral. The Fiora is just getting 1v1. You pick the Fiora to be able to survive lane, and you're just getting completely and utterly demolished as top tower goes down to Shelly. But you're right. Look at Me is just all over the map. She's where she needs to be, just perfectly. And you look at the Wukong, he's just, you know, a half step behind every single time. And it's just unfortunate that he's not getting anything done.
A half step behind. He's like 10 steps behind.
Oh, jeez.
He only has 1 assist. That's it.
Well, mind you, there's only 1 kill.
Yeah. 1 kill that's come way too late into the game. He hasn't had any map presence whatsoever. You're Being Muted was doing well against Ashio. You know who came to top lane? Look at Me. Mape shows up way too late when the deficit is already well established, and it's cataclysmic at this point. You don't repeat this if you're Illumination. You don't take this type of jungler and fall into this type of situation. In fact, I'm pretty sure Mape is a sub. Make sure he never subs again for this team, because this is so disgusting.
I think one of the biggest issues right now is Sail. He's 0-3 on the Talon, and he's roamed bot now twice.
Yeah, and
but
why is he 0-3?
Twice.
Why is he 0-3? That's all because of Look at Me. Look at Me has been all over this map. The pressure has been great. The combination of Sleepy Trouble Bubble and Glacial Prison is too much for him to deal with. Brainstorm brought a plan, and Illumination brought a monkey.
Yeah. You're not wrong. Oh,
There we go,
God.
Bronze Gatekeeper. What are you doing?
Like, you guys are behind. You can't take these fights. I don't know. Illumination, they... as
There
Wukong
goes the
goes in.
Cyclone. That's a very, very desperate move to make, and it
Goodbye.
results in his death. A boosted monkey at that one.
Oh, jeez. They're all playing like boosted monkeys right now. Dredgeline comes out. Wait, they got cancer. What?
And Poison Rose getting a little bit too close for comfort. He's trying to clear out the wave, but look at me. Has his eyes set on anyone who overextends a little bit too far.
No. At this point,
there we go again. That damage, it pops the egg of
Lovely.
Poison Rose. Isn't able to get the kill, but here comes Craze again, and they take down Sail. This is looking too easy for Brainstorm. The fight's continuing. Out goes the depth charge. They're going to find Poison Rose. Down he goes, but down goes Craze in the process. The fight still continuing. It does look like Illumination has some fight left in them, but it's being beaten from them very slowly but surely as these two tanks work their magic on the Mape and take him down.
oh, jeez. And that's going to be the ace for Brainstorm. So many things. Ah, jeez. Illumination drafted a comp to flourish in the early mid-game. And they are just getting dumpstered right now because they misplayed the early mid. Oh, jeez. This is just unfortunate.
You can't call it a misplay if there was no play there. Mape hasn't done anything.
You're not wrong.
Like,
you are not entirely wrong there. They are just getting completely demolished.
They had every chance to come back into this game because it took Brainstorm so long to finally get a tower, and all they found was a kill in the top lane that still went for a 1v1 because look at me comes in beautifully clutch to even out the score. And after that, it was just all downhill.
I don't know. If I'm Illumination, I think you got to go back to the drawing board here. Like with this win, you guys would have secured first place in playoffs.
Yeah.
Right now, you are not looking like a first place team. Oof.
Yeah, this is first place seed clutch if Illumination win. Brainstorm being contenders for that first place seed, and they are showing that, nah, we deserve it, fam.
I don't know. I think Illumination needs to go back and rethink this draft. I feel like they did what the LCS was doing. It's like, oh, I'll take a little bit here, a little bit there. Oh, this pick seems good here. And you're stuck with all these champions, and you're like, well, where do these champions go? You know? Like, they pick up Quinn, they pick up Anivia. You could have thrown the Quinn top lane versus Aatrox. I feel like it would have survived the lane all right. You know, picked an actual AD carry. But
no, the Fiora's fine. Like, the Fiora does its job against Aatrox pretty well. It just came down to jungle pressure. Look at me's been a monster. Like, everything about this comp works out except for the Wukong that hasn't done anything. The Dark Harvest Wukong, mind you. There is nothing that's working out for that.
No. But like with the point that I'm saying, you know, they picked so many things that they thought were just good. And to be honest, it just looks like a solo queue team comp. It doesn't look like something that should be in a competitive...
Oh, here we go. Depth charge being used. Maybe able to get the Cyclone. A lot of damage coming in, actually. Illumination might find some redemption in this fight. They managed to get one kill. Sail taking down In Your Head, as well as Woodwork falling. Sail trying to put in the work. They find 3 so far. Illumination are not out of this fight just yet, as they pick up some redemption kills and try and translate it to the map.
Oh, jeez. The legendary Baron throws, the usual. It's the definition of Plat and Gold Elo. And Brainstorm just try to go for the Baron when they don't have adequate vision. So now you're giving it over to Illumination unless Look At Me can be the hero of the game right here.
Oh, this This is really bad right here. They need to set their sights on to Look At Me. Look At Me has started
Oh,
to
that
run
wall.
away. The Arctic Assault gets him away for now, but he turns his sights on to Bronze Gatekeeper, who is going to survive. There is still a tower there. They don't find the kill on to Look At Me. And that is disastrous. They put so much time and effort on that Baron, and they can't even get a kill out of it.
Wait a minute. Brainstorm's coming up. Curtain call.
Oh, curtain call. The curtains are open. It hasn't found a shot, and just barely you are being muted, able to get away.
Jesus. You know, they do a good play, and then instead of resetting or pushing out waves, they go for the Baron there. You know, they could have pushed down mid. They could have got in the mid tower, cleared out all the vision. But instead, they get nothing out of that now. Oh, geez. They got the kills, obviously.
Yeah.
You know, that helps equalize the gold, but, you know, so much more could have taken.
Oh.
Talon! Oh, my God.
Terrible place, but he's able to get over the wall just in time, using the ultimate for Bronze Gatekeeper. Will be the one to fall. Still, though, you're being muted a little bit too far forward, able to dodge the dread line. Gonna use that blast line to stay alive. Meanwhile, Mape goes in onto a fight of Asio, but there is Look At Me once again, always being at the right place, right time, looking to save his teammates as best as he can. And we go again. Brainstorm just looks so good.
I don't know. It was a little slip up, you know, a minute ago. They found their feet again. And they're just like, wait a minute. We have tanks. We can just go in and just kind of make this game unwinnable. So I don't know. They're starting to play around their comp correctly.
Yeah, the thing with Mape is the Wukong can still
Hello.
work. Even though, oh god, when I want to give him some credit, he just falls in the 1v1 to Asio. And look at that power that just comes to the Aatrox when you put him in a duel.
I mean, whew, Aatrox is having a good time.
Current call is open. Asio sets his sights towards you are being muted. Chooses to back off of that fight.
Oh, I thought that Sleepy was gonna hit.
A lot of damage onto this tower. It is gonna fall and crack open the base at last. Battlestar going out. Sail is in a terrible spot and drops for it. Out goes the Glacial Prison. They are going to look down to take Rose. They find Rose. They want Bronze Gatekeeper next in the chain of CC. Too much damage. Out goes the Cyclone, but it's far too late at this point as he eats shot after shot, goes down. The double kill going over to Asio. And this is Brainstorm's game to clean up and finish off. Will they go for the finish here? It does look like it. And there goes your being meter going forward onto Asio. He can't find the hit onto Asio. And that's going to be it right there. That is the game. That's the ace. A clean ace, mind you. The Nexus Tower's under fire. And this is Brainstorm right here. They're saying, you don't deserve that #1 seed just yet. We are the contenders for it.
Oh, Jin is... Oh my god, he lived. How did that Jin just live?
After death. It only ends when a Nexus falls. That Nexus is looking to fall just now, but members of Brainstorm are starting to drop, but it's not enough. It's already the game and 25 minutes into it. There you go. Brainstorm Gaming taking it with authority.
So many things just happened. Oh, jeez. It was just unfortunate how that game went. Illumination could have won that game if, like you said, they had jungle pressure. It, honest to God, did feel like they didn't have a jungle at all. And that's now becoming a shaky role for them. And it's something that needs to be addressed if they want to clinch first place. They just needed this win, so now they got to wait till next week to see if they can secure it.
Yeah. And that was a huge breakdown coming out from Illumination. You know, they were the #1 team that just dominated the league for so long. Brainstorm come in and look to take that throne. They've been throwing blows back and forth, but this is the one time where Illumination has looked like they just crumbled under the pressure. And as you were saying, jungle pressure was a huge part of that. Mape looked like he wasn't even on the map. You can talk about the scores of Sail and you are being muted and how many deaths they have, as well as Bronze Gatekeeper. But when you don't have a jungler, that was essentially a 4v5 for the first 15 minutes of the game. Mape was non-existent. And that's why it got so bad. Not having the proper jungle pick and then comparing that to Look At Me, who you were looking at him all over the map, constantly shutting down Sale's infamous Talon, evening up the matchup between the Aatrox and Fiora. It was a great display to come out of Look At Me, and Brainstorm Gaming. Hats off to them. They did well.
You know, Look At Me had a good game when he outdamaged his Fiora. In what world does that happen? This game was a complete breakdown from Illumination Empire. And they really, for next week and even their next games, need to go back and reset their mind. Because I'm pretty sure they have another game today. They need to reset their focus and look forward to that next game and, you know, try their damnedest to, you know, do better.
None of this Dark Harvest Wukong stuff.
Yeah, please, for the love of God.
I mean, Wukong can work, but it was so conditional the way Mape was playing it. He was playing it like an alt bot. Like he just wanted to go in and get a 5-man cyclone, but most of the time he never found that type of cyclone. I think he got like 3 really good cyclones and that was it.
It just didn't work. Like the team comp they drafted, you know, the 2 spots that I would probably change is the support and the jungle pick. You know, if they pick something that actually works, if they would have picked, I don't know, a Tom Kench support, and then put, you know, like we were saying, a Warwick, a Xin Zhao, an Evelyn jungle, they would have been in a much better spot and would have actually had pressure in the game compared to what they had there. That it was just abysmal.
Yeah, but that's the way the cookie crumbles, unfortunately. Illumination don't lock in first place, but they are still contenders for it, as well as Brainstorm Gaming, if they can keep up this type of momentum. Only time will tell. And with that, we need to take a break, and we return more Platinum League Division as well as another casting desk. So for me and Sodor, sorry, I had to go look back at your name.
There you go. You got it.
There you go. Yeah. Thank you for joining us, and stay tuned. We still got more action coming up.
See you guys then.
You don't deserve that #1 seed just yet. We are the contenders for it.
Oh, Jin is. Oh my God.
That's why they went for Fiora. It's a pretty strong
How did that Jin?
A bit of a fight breaking out. Wukong did go through to try and get that steal, but now You're Being Muted is under attack. Look at me. Looking to make this one work. The lunge gonna come out. The stun is there, just waiting to happen. They're locking up. You are being muted, and you are being killed, my friend. Flash forward. Get.
Yeah. The game isn't over yet. That's my fault. I'm making it sound like, oh, the game's over. Oh, FF at 15. You know, it's not over yet. Glacial Prison comes out.
Out goes the Glacial Prison. Sale in a lot of trouble. Gets the Sleepy Trouble bubble once again, but it's so hard for him to run away from this one. Over the wall. Gets over another. Gets autoed, and the last tick is Astio, and here comes Mape. Out goes the Cyclone. Grand Challenge being used. Forces the flash out. Able to dodge away from those procs. And there's the passive proc. There's nowhere else for Astio to go. But here comes Look At Me, looking to save his partner, but it's not going to be enough. The shutdown coming out from You Are Being Muted. Meanwhile, the bot lane Sale tries to make the play, but he can't find it as he goes down to Graze. I think what he needs to look at is Look At Me. That dude's been all over the map. He's constantly set his sights onto Sale and shutting him down. But out goes the depth charge. Will it be enough to egg of Poison Rose? Isn't able to get the kill, but here comes Craze again, and they take down Sale. This is looking too easy for Brainstorm. The fight's continuing. Out goes the depth charge. They're going to find Poison Rose. Down he goes, but down goes Craze in the process. The fight still continuing. It does look like Illumination has some fight left in them, but it's being beaten from them very slowly but surely as these two tanks work their magic on the Mape and take him.
This looks like a solo queue team comp. It doesn't look like something that should be in a competitive.
Oh, here we go. Depth charge being used. Maybe able to get the Cyclone. A lot of damage coming in, actually. Illumination might find some redemption in this fight. They managed to get one kill. Sail taking down In Your Head, as well as Woodwork falling. Sail trying to put in the work. They find 3 so far. Illumination are not out of this.
So now you're giving it over to Illumination unless Look At Me can be the hero of the game right here.
Really bad right here. They need to set their sights on to Look At Me. Look At Me has started to run away. The Arctic Assault gets him away for now, but he turns his sights on to Bronze Gatekeeper, who is going to survive. There is still a tower there. They don't find the kill onto the tower. It is going to fall and crack open the base at last. Cattle start going out. Sail is in a terrible spot and drops for it. Out goes the Glacial Prison. They are going to look down to take Rose. They find Rose. They want Bronze Gatekeeper next in the chain of CC. Too much damage. Out goes the Cyclone, but it's far too late at this point as he eats shot after shot, goes down. The double kill going over to Asio. And this is Brain, who don't deserve that #1 seed just yet. We are the contenders for it.
Oh, Jin is... Oh my god, he lived. How did that Jin just live?
After death. It only ends with a Nexus falls. That Nexus is looking to fall just now, but members of Brainstorm are starting to drop, but it's not enough. It's already to the game and 25 minutes into it. There you go. Brainstorm Gaming taking it with authority.